Hi everybody. Today I am making some ornaments out of these little mini silo cups. These are the mini ones. I have red and I have green. You can really choose whatever color you like. I'm probably going to be doing both. Because I like giving these as gifts. These make really cute gifts. So probably about 90% of the supplies I'm using I got at the Dollar Tree. So when you're making a bunch at a time, it actually is a nice inexpensive little gift, maybe for coworkers or the kids' teachers and school bus drivers, or friends and neighbors, or maybe a hostess gift if you're having people over for the holidays. So as you can see, these packages of mini cups, there's 22 in a pack, and so for $1, and you're getting 22 of these, that's pretty good, right? You can make a lot of gifts. So we got these. We got red and green, and then these table tennis balls. They come 6 to a pack, and I got a couple packs of these, but 6 to a pack for $1. So we're going to use these. I also got some ribbon because we're going to need it, and I got red, I got green, and this one in particular is nice and shiny, and there's 12 feet, so and that's not bad. So what you're going to do is you're just going to cut them into little pieces, and probably about, long enough that they can hang, but not too long. So you figure, enough to make a little loop. So you're going to cut a bunch of these, and you're going to, once you cut them, you're going to glue the ends together so that they're nice and dried before we put them into our cup. So you'll want to do these ahead of time, however many you're going to do and what color ribbon you want. Cut them, it's however long you want it. So I do, it's a couple inches, and then loop it so that if you're doing these as an ornament, you can hang them on the tree, and there's a nice little loop there. So again, $1 for 12 feet of that. You're also going to need lightweight spackle, and so I got these at the Dollar Tree. One of these will make approximately 7 or 8 ornaments. You might get maybe 9, but again, $1 towards 9, almost 9 ornaments. I usually average around 7 or so. You need a cake decorating kit. If you have something at home, you can use that too, but please keep in mind you are using these for spackle. So do not use the ones you use for actual baking or food decorating of any kind. You do not want to mix food and spackle ever. This was at the Dollar Tree, and it comes with all these different tips. I only use 2 for what I need. There is a third one if you want to make the swirl a little bit smaller, but I like using the 2 bigger ones. But you get this whole kit bag and all, $1. You also need some liquid adhesive. This particular one is good for all kinds of material: paper, leather, plastic, wood. We're going to be using this to glue the ball to the inside of the cup. So the glue for these balls will be, because you're going to put the ball inside the cup, that's to give it height. So when you're doing the frosting, you have that little bump there. So you're going to put the ball, you're going to glue the ball to the inside of that ring, and I'll show you that too. Again, Dollar Tree. I also got just some the sticks, just because we have to mix up some of that spackle. We're going to add a little bit of white paint to it. The spackle itself, it's white-ish. It's got a little gray tinge to it, so we want to make sure it's a little bit more white than gray. So also at the Dollar Tree, they have a couple different kinds. They have this particular brand of acrylic paint. They do have another one. I got these because I really only just mix them in with the spackle, or I use it as a drizzle on the top. Makes it look like, you know, you've got a little bit of a flavored drizzle on your Starbucks inspired ornament. We're also going to make it look like it's pretty delicious, even though we don't want to eat it. So I had gotten a couple different colors. I actually got, I have red and green and blue and black and white. And so I use them for various things, which you will see, you know, a couple different ones that I make. We're going to put these off to the side. And then also at the Dollar Tree, they happen to have these squirt bottles, I guess you could call them. They came in packs of 2. I had gotten a couple of packs because I knew I was going to have a variety of colors. These are really great for when you're doing that that swirl on the top of your ornament, to make it look like you have a, like this one as example would be like a caramel drizzle. So I had gotten a couple packs of these. I don't know if they still sell them there, but you can actually find these almost anywhere. I like these because that tip is much smaller than what is on here. So coming straight out of here, it just made it look just gloopy and just too messy. With a smaller tip, it was easier to control how much you're squeezing out. So I like these, so I got those from there. Other things you will need, I did not get at the Dollar Tree, but I believe you can get similar, is I got various colored seed beads. I use these as our quote unquote sprinkles, and you know, I think these look really nice. They're shiny and they add a little glimmer to the top of it. So I had gotten just a couple of colors, red, green, gold, blue, and purple. And as you can see, I tend to use the red even more. But I got the seed beads from Michael's craft store. You could get it at almost any craft store. I know Dollar Tree has something similar. So if you want to go to Dollar Tree, absolutely, you could alternate. They have other beads too. I think they're a little bit bigger, so I kind of like the seed beads because they were nice and tiny and, you know, looked a little bit more like sprinkles than those bigger beads. And I think the container came from Michael's too. So this I got at Michael's. And I also got a variety of paper straws. The paper straws I actually got for a different project. And then when I started doing these ornaments, I took a bunch and I cut them up into small pieces. So as you can see, we have a bunch of different ones. So this one has little colored snowflakes on it. We've got stripes and solids and just all kinds. So you want to get yourself some paper straws. The Dollar Tree does have a variety of paper straws. You can get them at, if you have a Christmas tree shop near you. I got a lot of them. I got a big box of them from the Christmas tree store, and the box had different colors. And I think a lot of these, I know this one, and I believe this one, there were a bunch of them. I think this one, all were in the same box. So find whatever ones you like. Like I said, the Dollar Tree does sell them. I got them at a variety of places just while I happened to be out and about, and I liked them. Like this one to me is almost like candy cane like. I like sometimes the black. Of course, I have to dig for them sometimes. You know, to make like a Nightmare Before Christmas style. And I think it's this one I just saw. I can't find it now because I think I just reburied it. Here we go. You got the stripe. So that looks really nice against like red. So it's wherever you can find them, and they're in the colors and designs that you like. Definitely you do that. So the other thing I did not get from the Dollar Tree is sticker paper. I have a Cricut, so I did a design for each one that I wanted to make. I wanted a variety to give to my coworkers. So I know some of them are really into, Christmas-ish movies. Some are really big coffee drinkers, some not so much. So I had made some that were sort of a variety. I have a cookies and cream. I have a Festivus one. I have somebody who's a really big Seinfeld fan. Um, we have a Christmas blend, a holiday cheer, Nightmare Before Coffee. I think that's more my style. Um, we had a Grinch blend. I have a coworker who is just a huge Grinch fan. So you could do whatever you like. You could find pretty much the Starbucks inspired template everywhere online, and you can edit it on any software that you have. There's even like I think Avery or something like that. There's all kinds of programs that you can use, but I had to make them quite small because, I'll show you this, where the lines are on the cup, top and bottom, you needed the sticker to fit. So you're talking just like this tiny bit, this little pinch. So I needed the stickers to be small enough to fit without going onto that lip here, because that's just gonna force your sticker to just not come off. You can also use high quality, almost like a vinyl sticker paper, and they adhere quite well. You can use vinyl if you want to, if you're really good with your Cricut machine and you want to do a vinyl one, absolutely, whatever you would like to do. So we are going to get started. I'm going to get myself set up here, and I will walk you through how to make your very own Starbucks inspired ornaments. All right, so let's get started with the first part. First part, your adhesive glue, your little balls, and your miniature cups. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just take them and we're just gonna pop them into these cups. I like to run away here. So I'm just putting together 9 of these. I don't know if the spackle will make 9. I tend to be a little heavy-handed on the spackle sometimes, so you won't necessarily get the same number every single time, but I try to get at least 6, maybe 7 out of it. Okay, balls in the cups. Time for some adhesive. So we're going to shake this up. I use this to do our ribbons. See, I did our little ribbon loops here. So I have some red, some green. I'm going to make a couple different ones here. So shake this up and we are on our way. So we're going to take ball with the cup, glue. And this is what we're going to do. You're just going to go right along the edge. So you have that seal there, and put that to the side. Next one. This is a glue I've used a couple of times. You get a pretty decent amount of usage out of them. I have a couple of them I started using, and so I don't really need to open the new one yet. And this is really just to hold the ball into place. That's really all it's for. And it only takes about a minute or so to set up, and enough to where you're not losing anything. I think for the amount that I've used this, I'm actually finally starting to come to the end. I only have one more to do, and then that's fine. I think I've actually used this particular bottle at least 5 times minimum, and that's pretty good. Again, Dollar Tree, not a bad deal. All right, so we have those done. So while they sit, we are going to mix up the spackle. First thing you want to do, grab your little canister. This is where you want your white paint handy. So I have this. I only use it for the spackle, so I just kept it in here, and I didn't put it in one of those squeeze bottles. So you also want to get your piping bag set. I changed the tip it came with one of the bigger ones that I like. So this has tape on it. So you want to make sure you have this all ready to go, because once you mix the spackle, this is where timing is not always your friend. We want to make sure we've got your bag ready, you got your paint ready, whatever paint you're going to drizzle, and we have your seed beads or whatever topping you're going to use ready to go. So I'm going to grab a glass that I use specifically only for crafting and not drinking. Happens to be part of a set where over the years the other ones broke, so I only really have one left, so I just use this. This is good for your bag. It makes it much easier when you're filling the bag to just, this is nice and snug. I'm going to open it up on the inside so you can see once you start filling it, it just makes it easier to fill it this way, so you have it kind of like that. So we're going to put this off to the side. We are going to do a couple different ones. So I like to be prepared before we open this and we start mixing everything, is to have everything organized, and I want to know which ones I'm making. Maybe you are making all of the same ones. That's great, and just make sure you have everything ready, including your straws. So I'm going to figure out which ones I'm going to make, separate my straws, and I will be right back and we will get this going. All right, well, I think I have a pretty good idea of which ones I'd like to make. So I'm starting off with 4 different quote-unquote flavors. We'll see how far they go. If I only get 7 out of it, or if I can get one more, I'll do one more probably of the red and white one. So the other thing too is, again, making sure your supplies are all set and ready to go. So as I showed you, I have all my little ribbon loops made. I have red ones, and I have some green shiny ones, so I'm going to be using those for different ones. And I've also got my box with our seed beads in it. So again, as I said, once we start mixing our spackle and our paint, not that you only have a minute, but you do have very limited time to get this mixed up, get it into your piping bag, get your piping bag all ready to go, and pipe all of your little cups. In addition, you have to get your paint squeezed on, you got to get your seed beads on, and you got to get your ribbon put in. So with all of that, you start to get to a point that by the time you get the beads sprinkled on, they don't quite adhere to the spackling, but they will adhere to your paint that you sprinkled on. So just keep that in mind. The spackle will start to dry at that point, and you might not get the sprinkles to adhere to that, but the paint, it will. So with that being said, let's get going. So we are going to open this, and I usually just get a butter knife, but please, safety first. If you have strong nails, please do that. I do not. My nails are not very long, but this just pops up. So as you can see, it might I don't know what color it looks like to you, but it is a little bit on the light gray side, so it's not quite pure white. So we are going to take our little stick here. We're just gonna mush this around a little bit just to give it a little mix, and as you're mixing it, it smooths out. It doesn't look so clumpy. It looks nice and smooth once you're done, but I just want to break it up a little bit so that I can get some paint on there. And whatever you are working on, you know, some people like to work on newspaper or maybe like a throwaway plastic tablecloth, paper towels, whatever you need to keep your work area clean and you don't ruin your counters. I just happen to have some, this is just a cheapy little thing I got on the side of the road that was good enough and high enough to where I'm comfortable not being bent over or anything like that, and I can do some crafts on it as needed. So we're gonna start adding our paint. So we want to shake it up, and we just do a little bit. If you do too much, your spackle becomes a little too soft and it might not actually totally harden. It might actually, when you're piping it, fall. So really all I want to do is just get this a little bit with some white. So I'm just gonna put a little gloop in there and we'll start with that. We'll mix it up. There's some spackle on the lid here. Let's get that, okay. And then carefully, because we don't want to get this all over the place, you're just gonna get that mixed up. If you have a small plastic bowl that you do not use for food at all, you can do that too. I just mix it right in the container. You know, it's whatever is easier for you. I am not the neatest person in the world, as you will see. I'm sure some of you have better skills than I do. And so let's just mix this up here. And that's much better. It doesn't look so gray. It looks more on the white side than it did before. Now, keep in mind, you want to make sure you get from the bottom. That's my problem sometimes, is I didn't mix it up all the way towards the bottom. And some of my quote-unquote whipped cream looks gray and some looks white. So again, you don't want to use too much paint. You don't want it to be completely runny, and that's just what'll happen if you put too much in. But I think this looks pretty good. So we are going to get this into our piping bag. All right, here is our bag. So I'm just taking the stick that we use, and I basically just, as best as possible, spoon it in there. Try and get it on the, try not to get it on the edge, but just try to get it on the inside. Of course, with me, again, as I said, I'm not the neatest person in the world. So I will do my best not to get it all over the place. And just try and get all of that out of there, because you will want to use every bit of that spackle to get as much bang for your buck. And maybe you'll get, you never know what that one little bit will do, is sometimes just helps you finish off that one last one you were trying to get done. All right, so that's pretty much all of it. So put this to the side. We're going to carefully put this up. All right. And so you have this little gap here. So what you want to do, let's put this to the side, is kind of shake it down. Go off to the side here so I don't knock everything over. All right, that's moving down nice. So, you know, I only got a little gap. So what I'm gonna do is just take the back of this knife and just get that pushed all the way down. So there's no air bubble there. All right, so we're just gonna, again, get as much of this in there so we don't wanna waste it. And squeeze it till you get it right to the tip, and I can see it just hitting right there. And this is where you're gonna twist it. Just twist that top right there. All right. So again, I knew I was gonna make a couple different ones. So we will start with the first one, which is our Grinch Blend. And we are going to open our seed beads because I'm going to use them. I'm gonna put them over here. And I also have 2 bowls. When I do the sprinkles, sprinkle it in that bowl. Then I can save whatever fell off. I have 2 bowls because I know the first couple I'm gonna do are gonna use pretty much the same colored sprinkles, so that'll make it easier. So we're gonna start with the first one. So the first one I'm gonna make is my Grinch Blend. It is got a green ribbon. So I'm gonna do 2 of those. So I'm gonna put my green ribbons to the side here. And it has a black drizzle. So we've got our black drizzle here. And I also use a green and white straw. So I'm gonna put that right here. We're gonna do 2, so we'll take 2 of these. And I use green and gold sprinkles, so we will move as quickly as possible. So we're gonna start with the first one, and I'll show you what we do. So we're gonna start with around this edge, and then we're gonna work our way up. Okay, well, apparently the battery died, so I had gotten one started and then I realized the battery died. So let's just see if we can start this again. So here we go. We're gonna start on the edge, and we're gonna make it look as much like a whip topping as possible. I'm doing this one-handed so I don't block the camera, so it's probably not gonna come out as pretty as I would like. Okay, that was my tester. All right, so we'll do another one. So start on the edge. Here we go. And just make it nice and cute. So I'm doing just 2 of them right now. I'm gonna move quickly. We're gonna put one in a bowl. We're gonna, oh, you know what? Not a bowl yet. We're gonna do some drizzle. So this one's gonna have some black drizzle to it. So make sure your paint is shooken up. So here's what we're gonna do. Very lightly as possible. A little black drizzle there. And a little black drizzle there. Okay. And then this one is going to have green and gold. So we're going to start with green beads and just enough to give it a little something something. So it has a little sparkle to it, and this is why I use the bowl, as you can see. And we can save some of those beads. And then, so that was the green. I'm gonna do a different bowl for gold. All right, and then this one gets a green ribbon. There we go. So we're gonna put green ribbon, and I put it just off to the side a little bit. Stick that in. And it also is going to have a green and white striped straw, so I usually do that the opposite end. I'm gonna stick that in, and then I have these dry where the ribbon is leaning against something so that it doesn't just flop over. So got our little sparkles going on there. So let me put this one aside. Made a mess here when I was trying to grab the iPad to record. All right, let's do sprinkles again. So we're gonna do green sprinkles. And now let's switch bowls so we can save those green ones. And gold. Right, we're gonna add our ribbon here. Sometimes I put the ribbon where there's a little bit of a inaccurate looking thing, and then we're gonna grab our straw, stick that straw off to the side, and then at this point I let them dry overnight. Grab my stickers for whatever sticker goes with it, and you stick that sticker on depending on where you want this to hang. So if you have this, let's say, hanging from the tree, you know, you figure you want your thing to show. I sometimes put it right in the front. You could put it off to the side, wherever you would like it. So I think I'm going to do a little faster version of the next group. Less talking means more moving and less chance of our spackle hardening on us. So I'm gonna keep moving on to the next group. And let's see how many I can get out of this. Here we go. All right, well, we got 7. It's probably pretty close to what I thought. So we have our shiny green ribbon with some sparkly green sprinkles, a little drizzle, maybe like a berry, a holiday berry drink with our stripe. We got one of those, and we got 2 of our Grinch with our shiny ribbon and our green and white straw and our gold and green sparklies. This one is gonna look nice with the ribbon. I had 2 of those on there. I mean, with the sticker on it. I got 2 of those. And then I did one without a drizzle. So I did a red ribbon with our nice little snowflake straw and some red and gold sparkly sprinkles. I got 2 of those. And then I got 2, I guess this could be like a Nightmare Before Christmas one. And got our red ribbon and our black and white straw. Some red sprinkles. I think this is gonna look really cute with a label on it. So honestly, like, these will be hard by morning. Perfect for ornaments. You can hang them and display them. Around the holidays, the Dollar Tree sells miniature Christmas trees. If you were to sell these at a market or a craft show, you could use one of those mini Christmas trees, hang a couple of these on, or maybe 1 or 2 of each variety as a display. How cute is that? I actually have one of those trees. Let me see if I can grab that really quick and show you. It even comes with its own little stand too. It's just so neat. So I don't know if you can see this actually very accurately, but you see it comes with its own stand, and it's really only about a foot tall. But you could display your ornaments on the tree and people can see which ones you have, and maybe even have the rest of them boxed up all ready to go, and they can just pick which one they want. You hand them their box, they pay you, you're done. And these are so cute. And you can do other ones too. They have the green cups, so you could maybe do different quote unquote flavors with that. Grinch would be good, even like a holiday one. You don't even have to do them as ornaments. You can do them as little decorative pieces, you know, without the ribbon, and just something they could add to their holiday decorations, maybe on a shelf, a table, you know, whatever they want to put with it. So you could do it as an ornament or not an ornament. Totally up to you. You know, definitely be creative with this and do what works for you and what ideas you have. I like Christmassy ideas, so that's why I kind of went with the different you know, Santa's blend and stuff like that, the holiday cheer and the Christmas blend and cookies for Santa, and you know, but you can do your own thing. So I'll let these harden overnight, add some labels on it, and then we are good to go. I hope you get to do this too. This is actually a lot of fun, and I think the kids would really like to do this. This is a great craft for kids. They can make their own or make it for friends or family, and give as gifts. And almost everything was from the Dollar Tree, so you could actually make some that are very inexpensive. You can make a lot of them, very inexpensive gifts. I want to thank you for being here. I love making these. I make them all the time around the holidays, and I make them for coworkers, friends, neighbors. You know, you never know who's going to pop by around the holidays, and you just want to have a little something to give them and thank them for being there and wish them well for the holidays. And these turn out so nice, and you can honestly do whatever you want. You could do any colors, any color combination, any theme, anything you can think of that makes this just something special. I hope that you have fun making these. I hope you make lots of them. They're from Dollar Tree, most of the supplies, so you can make a bunch of these for very little money, and people just love them. They love these. They buy them all the time. So why not make them? Make them yourself. Handmade gifts make things even more special. Look at how cute these are. And again, the colors and the themes are all up to you. And I think people are going to love them, and they're going to love that you made it for them. Thank you for being here, and I would love to know if you loved making these as much as I do. Thanks, everyone.